Hey everybody, my name is Rob Price and I work with the QA and support team over here at Rise Vision. Now recently we've been very quiet, and that's because we're busy building the next version of our system, which I'm very excited to be able to give you a sneak preview of today. But before we get started, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. I am in no way a graphics artist. I can't create stuff in Flash. I can't create fancy pictures in Illustrator or any other sort of imaging tool. I have no web designer experience, and I have a pretty basic HTML experience. This puts us in the same boat as a lot of our users who are with us right now. But what's really exciting about this next release is I don't need any of that prior knowledge to be able to build really impressive content. Everything that we're going to be looking at today are samples of what's already out there on the web, waiting for you to either manipulate it or simply use it as it is. Now our next release is a significant step forward from our current version in 4 key areas. Number 1, versatility. That right there is a Mac, and to prove it's a Mac, you can see the little Mac toolbar there across the bottom. Our next release runs on the Mac operating system, the Linux operating system, Windows XP, Windows Vista, and Windows 7, and you can access the UI in Chrome, Firefox, IE on a Windows box, or Safari on a Mac. Number 2 is preview functionality. You can go from design mode to preview mode inside a browser in real time to see any changes that you made right when you've made them. HTML gurus can design the entire presentation in HTML, and then they can switch over to preview to see everything that they just built. But more on that later when we connect directly to the Mac. Number 3, interactivity. HTML5 introduces a lot of really cool interactive features for media and web page content that we could previously only do in Flash. Since our new version is entirely browser-based, you can take advantage of all that HTML5 has to offer. Touchscreen content, interactive video, drawing canvases, Google gadgets. The list goes on, and there's new possibilities coming up every day. And number 4, simplicity. This whole presentation that I built today was built by me with my basic knowledge of building Google gadgets, no Flash or web design experience, and learning on the fly of HTML. The whole thing took me about 30 minutes to put together using samples I found on the web, and that includes learning HTML as I went along. Now before we get into this presentation, I want to look at some pretty incredible examples of what HTML5 can do. I've included a lot of on-screen hoopla to see what's possible, but I really wouldn't recommend using everything I use here in a presentation, as it'd be pretty hard to focus on any one thing. Now to make sure that everybody can see everything that's available, I'm going to both use the touch screens, but that's behind me, and I'm going to also use the mouse. So we're going to zoom in a bit closer on the screen, and I'll get out of the way.